So, how to celebrate New Year's? I think we can all agree that New Year's is one of the dumbest holidays. The reason why you enjoy New Year's so much is because, if we're being honest, it means that you have something to change. And I'm explain how. Well, to simply put it, if I was doing all the things that I needed to currently, right, doing the right habits, there would be zero reason for me to have any New Year's resolutions or some bullshit. Right, because there's nothing for me to change in my life. In other words, last year, I'm gonna do the exact same things that I'm doing this year. Like you see this all the time with people who are, kind of out of shape or fat, and they want to make it their goal to get into the gym. Now, I'm not saying this to discourage you, because I understand that you're probably struggling mentally. Right, but the reality of the situation is that there should be no New Year's resolution goal for that. Why is it that you have to wait until a new year for you to tell yourself that you're gonna suddenly start going to the gym? There should be no resolution for me, to get into the gym, because I should already be going. I should have been going last year, and I wasn't. Nothing should change in your life, period. All I see it as is a way for people to lie to themselves about the things that they should have already been doing. But you'll notice this, right? It's literally a fact that when New Year's comes around, or January, suddenly the gym memberships are, the highest. And if we're being honest, right, we're having some humility here, you're not in your feelings or anything. Majority of these people who set these goals or try to make progress in something never do. And I'm using this as an example, but this applies to every other situation. These are the type of people who, spend money. Okay, I'm gonna change, right? And so for a week or two, they'll actually use the gym membership. They'll actually go, I'm gonna try to be consistent in some bullshit. Try. How do you try to be consistent? Think about that for a second. How do you try to be consistent? You're either consistent or you aren't. Anyways, a few months will pass and then you'll realize, that person isn't there anymore. Maybe that's you. The only reason I can think of people actually wanting to celebrate it is for kids. That's all I can think of. Right, they see fireworks and they're actually able to, they think that's fun because a bunch of colors in there and shit. Maybe you want to pop fireworks with them. But after that, as a grown adult, do you tell me that you enjoy it? I don't know, maybe I'm just boring. But I don't think so. If it wasn't for me being with a girl or something, there was zero reason why I would want to see a bunch of colors in the air. You know what I'm saying? I don't roll that way. Me personally, I don't roll that way. I don't know if you like colors. Maybe you do. Anyways, though, it's really just a holiday where people can, go to cope for all the things that they should have already been doing. Really just a bunch of people lying to themselves about what they're gonna accomplish. I couldn't understand setting a goal that I wanted to accomplish for the year and then not sticking with it for the rest of my life. And this leads into the first point, which is really just how people naturally set goals. Most of the time people set goals, they're bound to fail. I'm gonna explain why. When you set goals like, I'm gonna start going to the gym, or I'm gonna start socializing more, maybe I wanna learn how to get women better. What you're doing is accepting in your head, right? Signing a contract with yourself. Telling yourself, okay, all I have to do is, do this stuff this year. All I have is 1 year to do this. Caging yourself into a little box. When in reality, what you really should be doing is just thinking to yourself for a minute, right? Using some logic here. I don't know your life personally, so I can't tell you what it is in your life that you need. But It's not like you don't understand what you need to do in order to get there. Right, what are the habits that I'm doing currently that would affect my life? How would it affect my life in the year? Am I willing to sacrifice some of those habits to replace them with better ones that would actually make me progress? Majority, if not all, of the things that we do day to day, beside the stuff that's required for us to live, like eating, well actually even eating is a part of this, is because of the habits you currently have. And so the action step I have for you is to literally write down what are the things in your life that you do currently. What habits do you? Do you have a habit of eating out? Do you have a habit of watching porn? Playing video games? Maybe you have a habit of working too much. All that you need to consider is how you spend your time. I can't have the habit of watching TV for 2 hours and expect me to accomplish something that also requires time. Can't tell yourself that this is the year I'm finally gonna start doing something, but rather what you should do is accept and commit to something for 5 years or for the rest of your life. And when you don't do this, what you're actually doing is adopting the same mindset that has allowed you to stay in the position that you are currently. You simply have to change who you are. You have to change your mindset, because that is what keeps you stuck. I'm going to use an example for this, but why? Can anybody tell me why I would want to make it my goal, my New Year's resolution, to go to the gym? Why would I want to do that when I can just choose to be healthy for life? Do you see the difference? So you either change your mindset entirely, or you accept for the rest of your life that you'll never be in shape. Is that who you want to be? Are you forever, for the rest of your life, you're just going to accept your fate and give up? That you're going to be a porn user for life? Is that what you want to do? You're making a commitment to who you want to be, what person you want to be in the future. Not 1 year from now, 5 years from now. What things will I need to be still doing 5 years from now? So, this is the last thing that I'm gonna ask of you, and that is for you to think. You probably know the answer already, but what would have the biggest impact on your life currently? So now that we have that established, accept that for the rest of your year, you need to be doing habits around that goal. Maybe you're fat and you want to get in shape. What does that mean? That doesn't mean that I just need to go to the gym. It means I need to actually show up, actually do cardio, actually start eating well. The habits. Maybe your goal is to make more money. What are the most impactful, most important habits that you would need to do for your work? Majority of the time you spend should be allocated in your day towards that. Not just the one goal, but everything that comes with it.